Okay, hi everyone. Today's question of the day basically is, in the PTE test, how do I improve my reading marks? Okay, so in your reading section, you have basically your multiple choice section, and then your reordering paragraph, and lastly your gap fill section. Now, I know what people are saying when they say, look, I know I'm not perfect, but I've gone through so many of those past papers questions as well as extra practice questions, and yet my score doesn't seem to improve. Now, that's when basically we say you've met a dead end. Now, in this situation, looking at the marking criteria, I think the next thing that you could potentially try is looking at your speaking section, especially in the read aloud. Also your writing section, in particular the summarized written text, and lastly the highlight correct summary from your listening test. Now, I know that these sections aren't particularly part of the reading test, but the reason why I'm telling you basically to focus on looking at those parts is because those scores are basically collaborated into your reading score. So to be a bit more specific, let's put it this way. Your ability to correctly read out words in the read aloud section is basically considered to be a reading skill, and that's the reason why it's included into your reading marks. Now, likewise, in the writing section, when you're doing your summarized written text, obviously you need to be able to read and comprehend the text and find the main points in order to write a correct summary of the text. So in that respect, you are essentially reading. And for that reason, that score partially is included into your reading marks as well. Now, lastly, the listening section, which is the basically highlight correct summary, is also very similar because you need to read and interpret the answer options in order to choose the correct one. Now, because of those reading elements, these scores are incorporated into your reading score. So if you find that you've gone through so many practice questions in the reading test or anything that's relevant to it, and yet your score is not improving, then I think the next thing you need to look at is basically how accurate your skills are for your read aloud in speaking, summarized written text in the writing, and your highlight correct summary for the listening. Okay, so for the next week, I want everyone just to try that first. Check your accuracy. Maybe you haven't paid enough attention to those sections yet. Okay, so give that a go, and then let's see how much you can improve your marks. Good luck.